very fast. Oily here, oily here, oily here, oily in the forehead, basically oily everywhere. Your face just... Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be talking about building an effective skincare routine in 10 minutes. I'm gonna keep this really quick, really fast. All right, so the first thing that you're going to have to figure out when you're trying to build an effective skincare routine, and this video is mainly for people with oily, acne prone skin, okay? You have to figure out what skin type do you have. Do you really have? Do you have oily skin, or do you have combination oily skin? Okay, because those are two defining factors. Like, they will tell you whether or not you might need a certain product or whether or not you don't need a certain product. You know what I'm saying? But if you have oily, acne prone skin, you want to make sure that you get products that are specifically for your oily skin and specifically for your combination skin. And how do you know if you have oily skin versus combination skin? When you have oily skin, you get oily all over, like very fast. Especially when you're wearing makeup, you get oily very fast. Oily here, oily here, oily here, oily in the forehead, basically oily everywhere. Your face just gets really oily. Alright, so that's for people with oily skin. When you have combination skin, you only get oily in this area, this area, this area, or sometimes under your chin right here. Sometimes you don't get oily here. It depends. Alright, and then everywhere when it comes to the face is very dry. I have combination skin, and how I knew I had combination skin was when I was using a lot of products for oily skin. I realized that my under my mouth area was always dry, and it was always hyperpigmented. So that's one of the very important thing that you have to consider if you start using skincare products for oily skin. When you have combination skin, you can actually over exfoliate your skin and cause your skin to produce excessive oil, and also cause your skin to be irritated. The dry areas can become irritated, and when the dry areas are irritated, you get hyperpigmentation because it's irritated. Okay, so it's very important to think about whether or not you have oily skin or combination skin. When you have oily skin, you are going to need something that is going to remove the oil from your skin. Okay, you need cleansers that are going to remove the oil, and not because you have oily skin, it means that you're going to get a cleanser that is extremely stripping. That is only going to cause your skin to produce more oil. All right, so you want to make sure that you get a cleanser, a gentle one, and one that is going to really remove the dirt and to exfoliate the skin. All right, so I recommend anything with salicylic acid, because salicylic acid is not only going to exfoliate the skin, but it's going to remove excess dirt from the skin. Okay, but at the same time, even though you're using the salicylic acid to remove the dirt and to cleanse the pores and so forth, you don't want to overdo it, because that can actually give you more oil. You want to make sure that in the morning times you are using something a little bit gentle on the skin, something that's going to clean your skin but a little bit gentle on the skin, that's something that won't give you like irritations. Okay, so that's for people with oily skin. When you have combination skin now, it's the same thing that goes for oily skin, is the same thing that goes for combination skin. But what I would recommend is for you to find a cleanser that is going to clean the skin but not aggressively. For example, I used the by Wishtrends acid duo cleanser that has salicylic acid. I think that is perfect for people with combination skin. And then now the CeraVe salicylic acid now is perfect for people with oily skin. People with combination skin can actually use the CeraVe SA cleanser, but you just have to make sure that you don't use it too frequently, because it can irritate or dry out your skin. All right, so the same thing that applies for combination skin when it comes to cleanser is the same thing that applies for oily skin when it comes to the cleanser. You want one that is going to exfoliate, remove the dirt, something with salicylic acid, and also you want something that's going to be gentle, that won't irritate the skin. So that's the first thing when it comes to oily skin and combination skin, building an effective routine. Then the second thing that you want to make sure to get is to have a toner. You're going to get a toner that is not only going to reduce the oil but also to exfoliate the skin. All right, so I would recommend personally to get a cleanser that is going to exfoliate. It depends on what your skin can manage. You can try to go in with a direct acid or a AHA, BHAs in terms of toners. It depends on your skin type and what your skin can manage. All right, you want to make sure that you get a toner, exfoliating toner. You can try to get the exfoliating toner or the salicylic acid cleanser, so at least you're exfoliating in your cleansing stage or you're exfoliating in the toning stage. I would recommend having both of them so you can, you know, change up your routine 1 or 2 times. You don't want to stick to one routine every single time. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So sometimes you can use like an exfoliating toner. You have exfoliating toners in vitamin C. You have exfoliating toners in Mandelic acid, exfoliating toners in glycolic acid, but you have to figure out the percentage that your skin needs. And along with the exfoliating toner, for both people with oily or acne prone skin, you want to make sure that you get a gentle toner, something that is going to calm, soothe the skin. All right, I would recommend getting a toner with green tea, because green tea helps to calm the skin, it helps to soothe the skin, and it also helps to reduce the amount of oil that your skin is producing. All right, and the next thing that it also do is to get rid of acne bacteria that may develop on your skin. So green tea is an excellent alternative, or is an excellent choice if you want to both calm your skin and to reduce oil. Okay, I would recommend green tea both for people with combination and oily skin. You just have to figure out when you're going to use the products, how you're going to use it. But usually what works for combination skin works for oily skin, but just be careful of the cleansers that you're using, because sometimes they're too stripping, and the frequency of the cleansers that you use, especially those with salicylic acid or any exfoliating acids. All right, so that's for the toners. One that is very calm and soothing, something with green tea, and also something with a little bit of exfoliating powers. All right, so that's the second thing, the toning stage. When it comes now to the serums, you want to make sure that you get a serum that is going to hydrate the skin, and also something that is also going to also didn't I say also like 3 times? Something that is going to control sebum, control oil. If you have oily skin, you might need niacinamide or you might need hyaluronic acid, because the reason why your skin is producing a lot of oil is because sometimes it is starved. You're starving the skin. It doesn't have enough moisture, so it's overcompensating. It's trying to produce oil to keep your skin hydrated. All right, but if you're actually applying a good amount of moisturization to your skin, then it won't overcompensate, it won't overproduce. Niacinamide is very good for controlling sebum, and it's also good for hydrating the skin, and then it also has some brightening properties, so you're getting brightening properties with niacinamide. Hyaluronic acid is also an excellent humectant because it pulls the moisture from the air, from the environment, so that, or from your skin, so that your skin can be maintained. Okay, and it's not stripped, or it's not what do you say now? It's not starving when it comes to hydration. So hyaluronic acid is good for that. People with combination skin, when you're using hyaluronic acid or niacinamide, you just have to make sure that you think about where you're applying it. So when I was using niacinamide, I currently don't really have niacinamide now, I only have niacinamide powder. because I currently have things that are hydrating my skin, because during winter my skin was more so very dry, so I had to use a lot of hydrating stuff. So I didn't really need niacinamide, to be honest, because I was using other products that had niacinamide in there naturally, because because of how the products are formulated. So when it comes to people with combination skin, you want to make sure that if you're using niacinamide or hyaluronic acid, you apply it in the areas where you think needs to maintain or regulate hydration. So when I was using niacinamide, as I said before, I used to apply it right in the T-zones. I didn't apply it all over the face. I applied it in the areas where I wanted to control the oil. Alright? And hyaluronic acid is the same. You have to make sure that you hydrate your skin. Make sure that your skin is ready, prep, hydrated, it has its natural oil, and so forth, and then you apply your hyaluronic acid. When it comes to hyaluronic acid though, I think you can apply it all over the face. Just make sure that you hydrate your skin at the end of the day. After everything, you put on your moisturizer and so forth, because it's just going to maintain your skin's natural glow, natural hydration. Because usually people who have oily skin, they usually go in with exfoliating cleansers, so they really need to calm the skin, soothe the skin, apply more moisture to it. So as I said before, when it comes to your serum, you want to apply it in the areas where you have problems. So for combination skin, hair, T-zone. For oily skin, you can apply it all over the face. So that's one of the things. You just have to apply the products accordingly, according to your skin issues. With people with combination skin, I'm talking about. Now when it comes to moisturization, now you have to think about the time of the year, the season, and so forth, because during summer you can't use thick occlusive moisturizers because those are going to clog your pores and give you pimples. And usually people with oily skin, they also have acne prone skin. People with combination skin too, like myself, okay, even though I don't really get it a lot of pimples, again, like how I used to, but sometimes I get some pimples and I know it's because certain parts of my face pores are clogged. So I really have to be conscious about where I'm applying my products and how I'm applying my products and what kind of products I'm applying. When it comes to moisturization, you want to make sure that your moisturizer is not too occlusive. If it's during summer like right now, you don't want to go in with anything too thick or occlusive. For people with oily skin, you want to go with jelly-like moisturizers that are going to hydrate the skin but not make it too pore clogging. Okay, yes. And for people with combination skin, when you're applying your moisturizer, sometimes you have to be really conscious about how you're applying your moisturizer, because sometimes what I realize, if I just use the moisturizer all over the face, certain moisturizers, then I realize that in the mornings I wake up with certain parts of my face shine, and then certain parts of my face isn't just normal. So it just means that I don't need to really go too ham with the moisturization in certain areas or certain products. So I can go in with a thick occlusive moisturizer around my mouth and the perimeters of my face and don't wake up the next morning with a greasy face. You know what I'm saying? But if I take that same thick occlusive moisturizer and just apply it to the middle of my face too, I'm going to wake up the next morning with my face oily. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually producing oil in the T-zone a lot. So you just have to really be careful with how you're applying your moisturizer. For people with combination skin, for people with oily skin, use something jelly-like. You can also do the same for combination skin, but sometimes in the nights I realize that with my combination skin, if I go in with something jelly-like, right here sometimes is maintained, but right here is a little bit dry. So sometimes I might have to go in with a moisturizer that is very thick in a sense, not super thick, but something very hydrating, and I apply it around my mouth and perimeters of my face, and then something jelly-like in the middle of my face. So that's very important when it comes to oily skin, combination skin, acne prone skin. Please to take in consideration your cleansers, your toners, your serums, and also your moisturizers. And always to make sure to wear your SPF, because SPF makes life easier. Just in case you get a pimple, the pimple doesn't turn into a sore or a black spot or dark spots or dark marks and so forth. Because you know that when you have oily skin, acne, darkness, it's too much. You have too much struggle. You don't want to have so much struggles. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with your oily skin, you're dealing with acne, you're dealing with dark spot, you're dealing with sunburn. You don't want to have so much problems. So those are some things to consider if you have oily, acne prone skin or combination skin. This is how you're going to build an effective skincare routine. When it comes to brightening and so forth, that's a totally different video. I did a video about vitamin C's, antioxidants and so forth, and I have multiple videos talking about skin brightening, how you can keep your skin brightened. So if you want to go and check those out, then definitely go right ahead. But this is it for this video. I wanted to keep it short, just giving you some tips, hints and so forth for people with oily, acne prone skin. And this is it for me. Hope you like it. See you in the next one. Goodbye. See you.